Subscribe to this YouTube channel and please enjoy watching this video. Here we go. Erik ten Hag has a big decision to make, with his own credibility on the line. The Manchester United boss is battling issues on all fronts, hardly a surprise given the current state of play at Old Trafford. But the noise around Marcus Rashford is reaching such a crescendo, it can't be ignored by the Dutchman any longer. Ahead of Wednesday's Premier League game with Chelsea, Ten Hag is coming under increasing pressure to drop the striker who was United's top scorer last season. Rashford's been called out by a host of high-profile TV pundits including Jamie Carragher and Alan Shearer, ex-United players like Roy Keane and fans who have been critical of his work rate, attitude and dismal recent performances. His display in the lackluster 1-0 defeat at Newcastle unloaded a storm of negativity on the 26-year-old who scored 30 goals for the club last season. All eyes are now on Ten Hag to take Rashford out of the firing line. If he doesn't, Ten Hag's own judgment may be called into question, with many critics and fans unable to fathom why Rashford is still in the team. Rashford scored only 2 goals in 13 Premier League games this season against Arsenal in early September and a penalty versus Everton last month. It's a shocking statistic, but it's not the only reason why Rashford is currently being pilloried. Carragher disparagingly likened Rashford to Anthony Martial after the defeat at Newcastle and questioned his leadership as a local lad in the team. Watching Rashford, he reminds me of Martial, and that is worst possible thing you can say about him. Foreign player comes in and doesn't really care. Rashford is now looing like Martial. But fans looking for Ten Hag to make a bold decision on Rashford before the crunch game with Chelsea shouldn't be holding their breath. Ten Hag has been seen to show loyalty to his players when it's been questionable. Martial's continuing role in the team is a case in point. Then there's the Dutchman's public support for winger Antony, an £82 million signing from Ajax. It's another head-scratcher for supporters, many of whom view the predictable Brazilian as a winger with a limited ability to beat his man. More often than not, Antony has been in the team ahead of others even when his contribution is dubious. Loyalty is an admirable quality. But when it's misplaced it becomes a problem, and that's why Ten Hag's next move with Rashford is eagerly awaited. Ten Hag may well say that dropping Rashford will hardly help his confidence. But seeing Rashford struggle so publicly to find his form isn't working either, and his England place at Euro 2024 in Germany next summer must be under threat if his form continues to deteriorate. Ten Hag's had backing from United supporters who recognize the difficulties he's faced with a brutal injury list this season. But the goodwill looks to be running out, and making a bold call by axing Rashford might just buy Ten Hag some time before the guns turn on him. Sancho set to leave on loan in January. Ten Hag's transfer budget set to £0. The shocking extent of Jadon Sancho's dramatic fall from grace at Old Trafford is set to be laid bare in the January transfer window. Erik ten Hag's transfer budget has been set at 0 for the winter window, with United's moneymen telling the Dutchman he must sell to raise his own funds, with Old Trafford's coffers empty after a heavy spend of £175 million last summer. Outcast Jadon Sancho, a £73 million acquisition when he joined United in the summer of 2021, is expected to leave initially on loan when the window opens. But football financiers Transfermarkt reckon the 23-year-old former Borussia and Dortmund star is now worth just £27.5 million on the open market after his falling out with Erik ten Hag. That's a dramatic drop of £85 million from his highest market value of £112 million. The whole Sarri saga has left many United fans wondering why a mediation solution couldn't be found to integrate Sancho back into the United squad to protect the club's asset. Sadly for United and Sancho, it appears that moment has passed, and United are again regretting another expensive mistake in the transfer market. Ratcliffe could help Varane secure return to League One. Saudi clubs also interested. Saudi interest in Raphael Varane is intensifying again after the French defender was overlooked at Newcastle. But Varane may be handed the chance to end his career in his homeland, France. Ten Hag opted to play Luke Shaw in central defence at St James Park ahead of Varane, who was fit and on the bench. An exit, either next month or in the summer, looks an inevitable conclusion with Saudi Arabia an option. But could Varane be heading to Nice, owned by Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and sitting second behind leaders PSG in League One when the window opens? Nice defender Jean-Claire Todibo is on United's radar, and Varane has indicated a desire to play in France, preferably at Lens, before his career ends. A deal would suit both clubs and Ten Hag, but Varane's hefty £240,000 a week wages would be a stumbling block. Let us know what you think about the entire thing in the comments section below. Additionally, stay tuned and subscribe to this YouTube channel for the latest news and updates from around the world. We sign out.